Well, hi students and welcome back to week 4. We are almost done this week and next week and we are going to be done. Okay. So let's get to it. So this week is very much like the previous two, a discussion and an assignment. I introduced the final project last week. You are to continue working on it this week. Let's see what's going on in here. Okay. So now this is a good module. Okay. So what we're going to, last week we looked at connections between quality, organizational, effective, and professional advancement. Now we're going to continue that and look at understanding the extent operational systems and processes determine quality outcomes and the need for a planned approach to design and implementation of quality improvement and some tools to accomplish this. What does that all mean? Okay, so there's a famous old saying called the right tool for the job, or the right tool for the right job. I'm not real sure. I didn't look it up. Okay. Excuse me. So in order to decide how to make it, what decision to make, you need to analyze the situation and you need to analyze data. So you need to gather data. All right. So what we're going to do is look at some of the tools that are needed, and not every tool fits every single analysis or every single job. So if you've taken any accounting or like the business classes where you said, a balance sheet doesn't tell you the information that the other financial statements would tell you, so you need to look at the right tool to get what you need. So data must be gathered, analyzed, and presented in the most appropriate and efficient way. Now, I'm going to tell you, and this is a blatant, absolutely shameless plug for my third class. There is a class that covers every one of these tools. These are called 7 quality tools. And yes, I teach it, so you would have to deal with me again, but hey, you'll get through it. So there are 7 tools. Some are charts, some are what I call the grams, histograms, diagrams, and then there's a checklist and charts and all kinds of things. So I break it down. It runs very similar to this class. That class is BA1150. It begins on March 23rd. It ends at the end. So it's the third of the series of classes. Shameless plug. Here's where you found this video. Okay, so here's a breakdown of the 7 basic tools of quality. Okay, if you go through this module, you already know how to get through the other class, and then you've got a third credit. Okay, that's how that works. So this is some information about designing quality, quality management systems, measuring the business value. So this is some information about what the tools are and how to measure your performance using those tools. Here are some videos about them. All right, discussion. Okay, so this one is going to be fun. Okay, it's always easy to make fun of things that are complicated or difficult, especially when we can see how a simple change can make the process easier. Any stand-up comic or sitcom TV show addresses that. So how are you going to catch it before it becomes a problem? So find an article, a video, a cartoon. Dilbert is a good one because Dilbert takes place in an organization, in an office. That demonstrates how an operational system or process determines quality outcomes. Because what they're always looking for is, well, that's a bright idea. Well, that's really going to work. The sarcasm and things like that. So don't make this more complicated than it needs to be. Any information or activity where something goes wrong, that means there's a need for a process improvement or a design of the redesign of the system is fine. For instance, every term I receive an email that I can go in and add questions to the course evaluations before they are sent to students. That is literally all I'm told. I receive a notice that says you may now evaluations are available, and they've kind of messed it up because the woman who used to do it retired. So now I receive an email that says you may now go in, evaluations are ready for faculty. You may now go in and add your own personal questions and you have till Saturday at midnight. There are no instructions on where to go and how to do that. And there never have been, despite my contacting her when she still worked here and said, some instructions would help, but that didn't work. Okay, so a true quality system would have all-inclusive instructions, screenshots, links to the content. We get none of that. And there's every term, every fall, certainly, they hire new faculty, and these poor people have no idea of where to go and how to do that. So they're not able to gather their quality data that they want. What happened this past term, because that woman retired, I guess somebody else is doing it, and I wasn't even told that the evaluations were going to run. woke up on Sunday and went to look at my class because I'm a student, and it said, hey, you can fill out evaluations. And I was like, holy Toledo, thank you very much. So that's what goes on. So I want you to find something, an article, a video, a clip. You can find a YouTube video and just put a link to it. But describe what it is and say, okay, I found this. And I don't care if everybody has the same one. At least everybody found it, but don't check with each other. So like I said, Dilbert is a good place to go for that. Find some system, something that is not going to work, and you can determine quality outcomes, and you know that there's a need for an approach to design and implementation of quality improvement. Okay, that's that. So when you go into your discussion, you're going to go in, click to launch, create a thread, describe a little bit. I decided to use this Dilbert cartoon or this YouTube video. Any America's Funniest Video will work. Just send the link so that we're not doing copyright infringement. And so just send a link and put that in there. Do not attach something. Just put it in the post, okay? And then reply to at least 2 others. This one is fun. I always enjoy this discussion. Okay, your assignment. Describe a system and or process at your work, in your home or life, or your home life, and explain the extent to which it determines quality or doesn't, and why you need a planned approach in design and implementation of quality. In other words, look at what goes on in your home, describe what processes make it a quality system or processes that don't, and why it needs an improvement, okay? Describe how you could have made it better from the beginning had you taken this class. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, include information on how you did or what you should have done to apply the Plan, Do, Study, Act process for Module 3. And describe a quality tool that you should have used, including how the information was gathered, analyzed, and used. Okay, so for instance, if your laundry, I always use laundry system because I love doing laundry. So if your laundry system doesn't work, use the Plan, Do, Study, Act process. Determine a tool. That maybe your water bill is too high. If you want to analyze your utilities, there are some of these quality tools here that'll help you with that. Okay? And so you want to analyze your water usage. Okay, then you have to allow for, did they hike the rates again? But look at the number of gallons that you're using or the kilowatts for your electric bill. Let's go back to laundry. I like laundry. So if you're using more water, do you have a water leak? Are you doing more laundry? Did somebody move in? Are your kids getting more clothes? And you can analyze the situation. So describe what tool would be used to do that. Okay? All right. All right. And then here's the information about the final project. Again, this is due before, I missed this one. Saturday, February 15th. I cannot make it plan. I did not put the year because we're all in this year. I'm just going to fix this because I missed it last time. All right. So before 10 o'clock next Saturday is when it's due. Oopsie. So do not wait until Saturday. If you have your paper ready on Monday, please feel free to submit it, because when I'm doing my office hours, I can go in and grade it. And if you have your work in Module 5 done, you'll be done because you'll know by the number of points what your grade is. All right. So again, in case you missed last week, these are the minimal headings that you should have when you identify a process or a system or the one that you'd like to see implemented. Describe which of these principles have been or should have been applied. Okay. You're going to do an analysis and turn that paper in next week before 10 o'clock on Saturday the 15th. I hope you have a fabulous class next week. There will be just a little bit of work and turning in your paper. And there's a journal next week, too, because I want to know some things about the class, about how you felt about it. So anyway, I hope you have a fabulous week. And if you haven't signed up for BA1151, please consider doing that. If you like what goes on in this information here, there's 1152. We'll take care of that for you. And you've already got a heads up for it. So have a fabulous week, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye.